Hey everybody, Alan Weber here from the Mayor's Office. Our regular update as things continue to change and evolve with the health crisis, the public health emergency we're all operating under. Thank you to everybody in Santa Fe for your help, your suggestions, your ideas, and also your patience and your good spirit, your goodwill. A couple things to update you on. This will be pretty brief. I think you all know by now about the governor's announcement yesterday, putting restaurants on a takeout and delivery basis only, telling hotels to maintain only 50% of their occupancy, closing gyms, closing malls, closing movie theaters. The message could not be clearer. If we want to interrupt the spread of the coronavirus and keep as many people healthy as possible, stay home, practice social distancing, continue to wash hands and practice good hygiene when it comes to germs and disinfectants. This is a critical period of time. I've been studying the data, the growth curves of other countries, whether it's Italy or China or South Korea. And South Korea is the one country, perhaps with Singapore, that has had real success in interrupting the growth of that infection curve. So please take it very seriously. Stay at home, practice social distancing, and practice hygiene and using sanitizing material to stay clean. The flip side of that is what the governor said we should not do, and that is there's no reason to hoard. There's no reason to grab everything off the supermarket shelves. Please be considerate, be thoughtful, be gracious and generous to the people in all parts of our community. Just a quick update on some of the things that are happening. One thing in particular, I was speaking to Kira Ochoa, the director of our Community Services Department, to show you how we're scaling up to meet the need. Meals on Wheels deliveries to our seniors have gone from 70 per day to 130 per day. And we're really stepping up the delivery and making sure that our seniors who are most vulnerable to this disease, remember there are people in our community who are more likely than others to be affected by it, and one of the most vulnerable groups are seniors. By staying home and having meals delivered to them, we're keeping them safe. So a big shout out of thanks to the whole Meals on Wheels program. Something I did today that I want to encourage you to do as well. With the coronavirus sweeping across the country, people going door to door to help take the census has had to be suspended. But it's not lost its importance when it comes to Santa Fe and New Mexico, getting an accurate count, having everybody's voice count, and getting the money and the support from Washington, D.C. and the federal government that we deserve. It took me less than 10 minutes during my lunch hour to go to my2020census.gov. That's the website, my2020census.gov. You fill out a form, a simple questionnaire. There is nothing on there about who has legal papers or who doesn't. There are questions about how many people live in your household and what your background is in terms of national origin, not whether you have papers. And at the end of it, you get a little thank you note saying you've now been counted. We need everybody in Santa Fe and northern New Mexico to be counted. Make your voice heard. Make sure you go to my2020census.gov. Also make sure, if you want to support our local restaurant community, that you don't stop takeout and delivery. Rich Brown in our Department of Economic Development has been working with the Restaurant Association to try to create a program so that those restaurants that are moving toward takeout and delivery, you'll be able to know that they're still open for business and they want your business. There are other ideas that have been floated. We could all buy gift cards for those restaurants. Pay it forward, use them later. Do what we can to make sure that this very difficult economic blow doesn't put some of our favorite businesses really in peril. It's an important thing that we're seeing as we grapple with the health care crisis, that we don't forget about the economic and social aftermath, the ripple effects. I was on a live learning platform with more than 100 mayors and city officials from around the country talking about this issue from every aspect, from every size city. We're all dealing with the same healthcare issues. What really comes next are the aftershocks from this earthquake, aftershocks that will hurt our economy, leave some people without jobs and without paychecks, threaten some of our businesses that we care deeply about. So as we grapple with those after effects, some of which are economic, some of which are social, frankly, some of which have to do with emotional well-being, and recognizing that people's mental health is just as important as their physical well-being, we all need to take a deep breath and look for ways to reach out and help each other. Sometimes it's as simple as doing some shopping for a neighbor who may be immune compromised and can't get to the supermarket. Could be a contribution to the fund that's been set up by the Santa Fe Community Foundation. They're looking for dollars to then deploy into the community to help people in need. But this is an opportunity to go past the health care issues, which will be handled by our healthcare experts, to the social, economic, the community well-being issues where we have to work together. And in that effort, Rich Brown at Economic Development and Kira Ochoa at Community Services are combining efforts to see how the city can use our resources to reach out and support those who are vulnerable either economically or from social needs, and help dampen down the after effects of the coronavirus. One thing that is taking hold in city government, and I hope you're practicing it too, as we do more and more social distancing, we're shifting to virtual meetings rather than actual in-person meetings. And we're getting better and better with the technology. We're getting better and better at managing the conversation. The next city council meeting on Wednesday of next week will essentially be a virtual city council meeting. The governor has said no more than 10 people can gather in any place. So we'll be having a very few people in city hall chambers, but others, all of you, are invited to participate through technology, to tune in and to participate in a virtual governing body meeting. For more updates, do check the website. It continually is updated. There's more information about the order that I put out, temporarily suspending evictions, more information about parking fees and parking meters and parking lots, more information about things to do with your family, your kids, trails to hike in beautiful weather, activities to take your kids into virtually using the resources of our library, a great story read by one of our librarians. So please use the city website for a number of reasons to keep up to speed with what's going on and how quickly things are changing, but also to tap into the resources that our city teams are putting there for your benefit. That's about it for this visit. Things continue to change, but I also feel like we're all beginning to realize that we're in this together for the long haul. This is unlike other emergency situations where you know there's a flood and you know how to fix it. This is something that is invisible. It's not going away. It may well get worse before it gets better, but if we work on our collaboration, our compassion, our sense of community, bring our values to the surface, make contributions of all kinds, whether it's time or money or ideas, support each other, we will get through this emergency situation. We'll get through the health part of it, and then we'll get through the economic and social part of it. I'm absolutely confident that Santa Fe will come out of this a strong, healthy, as always, amazing place to live, work, and raise a family. I will see you tomorrow.